Alright, any of you speak fluent Russian can make fun of this. Now we're going to talk about Piotrowicz Tchaikovsky. Now normally in America we say Peter Tchaikovsky because most people aren't going to try and say Piotrowicz. And I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, and I'm not going to keep saying it anyway. Tchaikovsky is one of the most well-known names of the Romantic period. He's probably best known for his three ballets, Swan Lake, Sleeping Beauty, and The Nutcracker. And his first three symphonies didn't really get him a ton of notoriety, but Symphony number 4, 5, and 6 were the Pathétique, Overture 1812, and Romeo and Juliet. I trust you've all heard some of those. Even if it's just watching Bugs Bunny, you've heard the 1812 Overture. Now, Tchaikovsky is kind of interesting in that he was very, very, very devout to his country. He really was a strong-willed Russian. And his music definitely reflects this. It's very nationalistic, but a lot of his influences came from Italian opera, French ballet, and German symphonies. And when he wrote, he ended up including elements of both. So it could be said that Tchaikovsky is both international and nationalistic as a composer. Giuseppe Verdi. I think you say that name, you probably have a pretty good idea the guy was Italian. He was something of a national hero for Italy, but he was also very popular in his writing in America and was invited to open Carnegie Hall back in 1891. His operas are absolutely beautiful, and you are going to hear some works when you listen to the composer's music. And going much beyond that, I really don't know what to say about Verdi. It wasn't too much irregular stuff. He was just an amazingly good writer of Italian opera. Richard Wagner. Very interesting life he lived. He grew up in a very theatrical family, but they were more impressed with the actual acting than music, and really did not encourage Wagner's interest in music. And though he did have some music lessons, most of his advanced learning came from his own transcriptions and analysis of great composers. Beethoven was one of his most influential composers that he learned from, and Beethoven's music comes out in some of Wagner's music. Now, Wagner's big deal was that he didn't really want to just write the music to opera. He didn't want to just write a dance to ballet. He thought that music drama should have all parts equal, and that's what he called his works. He did not like the term opera and got kind of pissy when people would say, oh, it's an opera. No, it is a music drama. Alright, anyway, his music dramas had equal parts of music, of course, drama, the poetry, and the stagecraft. So everything was important to him, and when he was writing these, he wrote all parts, including his own libretto. Now, he has 4 of these that are especially well known, and I can't really speak the titles in German, but they're known to us as The Ring of Nibelung. And he was aided greatly by King Ludwig II of Bavaria, who was how shall we say, more than a friend to him. They were very, very good friends. And anyway, he helped him complete the Ring and create a nice production of it in Munich in 1876. Another thing that Wagner is known very well for is the music drama Tristan and Isolde, which I'm probably mispronouncing because that should be German, so it's probably something like Tristan, but I don't speak German, so I'm probably messing that one up. It's been a while since I had to learn about it myself. But the big one you've got to know for tests, the Ring of Nibelung. And know that his patron was King Ludwig II of Bavaria. The names you see here are some other very important composers to the Romantic era. You've probably seen or read all these names before, and they are only here because it's just important that you see so many different composers of this era. Because again, I try to reiterate that the Romantic era was more about individuality rather than set forms. So when we study the prior eras, we find the best composers of those eras, and we pretty much, by analyzing them, can figure out the best that happened in that era. But in the Romantic period, all of these composers had a very specific and individual influence on the music, and that's why you're being exposed to so many more names. At that point, I'll leave it to you to take some notes, which you would never look at during the test, right?